is almost around the clock.
Oh yes, I mean any type of community service. It's very time consuming.
Very.
and people don't understand that.
Right.
They see you doing things, but you have to. There's preparation in anything.
Yep. Pre and post.
Yes, exactly. Yes, you are right.
Yeah.
Why do you think we have so much violence in our community?
It's interesting, but a lot of people benefit from that. And so, like I say, I always go from the military perspective. You have an internal and external battle that you're battling with. Internally, you have a people, which is us as African American people, who are very sensitive.
Yes.
And so if you disrespect me, you have to pay.
Yes.
I speak in the schools and I ask the kids, how many of you guys would be ready to hit me if I say your mother is a B? And 90% of the hands go up.
Absolutely.
And I ask them, am I worth it? When you get through hitting me, will your mother be better off?
Yes.
And almost all the time they say no, but I feel better because I didn't let you disrespect me or my family. That's a cultural thing, because when I speak in the Caucasian schools, I don't get that. They don't. I'm not worthy of them going to that extreme to hit. So that's something that I see firsthand from the young people. So we as a people have that, where if you look at me wrong, if you step on my shoe, if you do something wrong, I'm a flex. I'm gonna show myself. And externally, though, we got people who benefit, who I named: the corner stores, the lottery, the liquor stores, a lot of the pastors who have found how to manipulate the system, and they live in a nice suburban area, but they come in, play on the emotions of the people, and then go back to their nice area while the people go back into their challenged communities. And so all these gatekeepers, I call, who have a stake in the conditions being just the way it is, if you start to change it, they lose that stronghold that they have. So you have that battle in our community too. So with the killings, not all funeral homes, but let's just say it's a lot of people who benefit. Funerals home benefit.
Absolutely.
The police benefit when the elders are telling them, just go get all them young boys on the corner. So now the elders, not knowing the young people, they're pulling the police on them. Police going with that extra authority because the elders are telling them to do it. So that whole dysfunction creates an atmosphere where anything goes, and that's where the killing comes from. If you look at the homicides, it's a personal event. You know what I mean? I'm killing you. You know, unless it's an innocent bystander, it's a personal event, and we are personal people. So we gotta create a different atmosphere. I tell people, when you go in the library, the atmosphere tells you to be quiet.
Yes.
No one has to walk up and tell you that. When you walk in that environment, it tells you to bring it down a notch. What does our environment tell us? You can throw the McDonald's bag out the car door, out the window, and it's okay. You can blast your music. You can cuss people out. Our environment says anything goes, so of course you're going to have people being killed and raped and shot, because the atmosphere says it's okay.
Yes, yes. Well, speaking of what you said about being disrespectful, I recall when I was a counselor, there was a young lady that said she attacked another girl, and we asked her why, and she said, well, she was disrespecting.
Oh, yeah.
And we asked her, well, like what? What did she do? Well, she thought she was better than me.
Right.
And I mean, we were just amazed to hear this.
Yeah.
But people actually feel like that.
Her mother felt like that, and that's why she feels like that. Because I asked the kids that, how many of you guys would want your mother to do that? And sometimes the hands go up, and that's embarrassing. That's an indictment on the household. It's telling you where they got this from.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. Well, speaking of that, do you deal with anger management?
All the time.
How should young people utilize anger management?
Well, I think first and foremost, understanding that anger comes from fear.
Yeah.
And people don't like to say that they're afraid, so that kind of checks you right there. You say, oh, wait, I'm not afraid. Well, actually it is.
Yes.
When you allow someone to get you upset, it's a reason for that. And you have to ask yourself, why am I allowing this person to press that button? And you fear losing something, whether it's respect, you don't want to lose that, people looking at you with prestige, or whether it's fear of them actually hurting you. It boils down to fear. So with anger management, it's how do I manage fear? And we had to, Michael Jordan said it best, I fail over and over and over again, that's why I succeed. We had to create an environment where people feel okay to fail.
Yeah.
it's okay because that means you tried.
Yes.
You know, and especially for the black males in inner city America, it's better to be cool and not try and just lay back than it is to give your all and try and not succeed. And a lot of that has to do with not having men to stand there and tell them it's okay to fail. I failed this many times, and I'm still here. So I think that's a major part. When you look at all the anger in our community, it's a lot of fear.
Yes.
A lot of fear. So.
Yes. Well, how do you teach these young people to deal with conflict resolution?
You know, we do this assessment with each person, and it's about just having a balanced life. But the main thing is looking at where are you now, and where do you want to go. We this is the military side. We have a direction for them just in case they don't know. All right. So the main thing is to help them see the future, so that now don't let anybody stand in the way of you reaching whatever the pinnacle is that you're trying to reach. And so with the conflict resolution, the main question you want to ask yourself is this person worth it?
Yes.
Is this girl worth me having unprotected sex with? Do I want to be with her and her family the rest of my life if I have a child by her? Is this guy worth it, me shooting him and now I can't become that lawyer or that judge? So is it worth it is the question that we ask them to stop and think. Think about it. Is this person worth it? But if you don't have a future, you're not even going to think about that because I'm living for the moment. So that's how we challenge our energy that way.
But Sy, I've heard young people tell me that they don't see a future.
That's why we give them a future if they don't have it.
Okay, because I've had young people to tell me they figure they will be doing well if they live to become 30.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that is
Well, I'm one of those people. My mom used to get very upset when I tell her that I look forward to not being here anymore. That I didn't ask to be brought to the world, you know. And part of it was just frustration with looking around at all these conditions and saying, grown-ups, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Why do I see other ethnic groups doing well, and here I see you at McDonald's sitting around drinking coffee, the older men and the younger men out here running around with no guidance and not understanding. Why don't you get out there and show them how to fix that tire, how to change that alternator instead of sitting here looking at the young girls?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think the young generation are upset because the older generation have not taken them under their wings and helped them.
But you know what I have found that I recall when I first started teaching that older people are skeptical about younger people.
Oh yeah.
And I saw that and when I became a mature teacher, I always tried to encourage young people, tell them about investments and things of that nature. We don't have much time. We run out of time. But I would like you to tell the audience, what advice would you give young people and then the parents? I think our parents need guidance.
Well, thanks for having me on the show. And the key is to always know that there's always someone worse off than you.
Yeah.
Because self-pity is a challenge for our community because it's so easy when you're behind on bills and all these challenges and you say, why me? The best thing is to say, why not you?
Yes.
If it happened to you, obviously it's a lesson to learn from this, and it might be preparing you to help someone else off who might be not as strong as you are. So the best advice is whatever you're dealing with, whatever your challenge is, take it in stride, learn from it, find out how you can then use that experience to help someone else. That's our purpose on earth, is to help others. So take your challenges and help someone else.
Yes, yes. Sy, I want to thank you. I have enjoyed meeting you, and you're such a dynamic young man.
Oh, thank you.
And it really makes me proud to see young people, our young people,
thank you,
doing something positive in the community. And I hope you'll continue as you are, which I know that you will.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I want to thank my audience for watching. And we hope that you'll continue to watch us. And remember, knowledge is power.
That's right. Excellent.